amendment. It's a little over $10.5 million, asking each year for that in 120 positions for the Department of Correction to establish day reporting programs in the cities of Charlottesville, Chesapeake, Danville, Harrisonburg, Martinsville, Norfolk, Lorton, Portsmouth, Richmond, Roanoke, Winchester, and the town of Abington, and Tazewell, and the county of Fairfax. The funding for the Community Diversion and Day Reporting Center was cut during the recession. These centers provided treatment alternatives rather than jail sentencing for nonviolent offenders. This is an effort again to break the cycle of jail and prison time and improving the support for the family and the community in hope of reducing the jail and prison population and reducing the burdensome and repetitive costs to our local government. The funding will support programs emphasizing work and paid jobs that provide employment, counseling, substance abuse, education, NA and AA groups, basic education, GED preparation, and independent living skills. Finally, the DOC has proposed actually creating 15 DRP locations. And I've shared with you the locations that was in mind. And these locations were selected in part due to the growing challenges associated with substance abuse and mental health around the state. Heroin and synthetic drugs have created an epidemic in every corner of the Commonwealth. And that situation becomes even more high risk when duly diagnosed offenders are taken into account. So these select locations would enable the DOC to more proactively address this population with treatment, counseling, and supervision. I'm also joined today, Mr. Chairman, if you would allow them to speak, by the Commonwealth Attorney Mike Herring, as well as by Kelly Harris Braxton, representing Virginia First Cities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Please step up.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, other members of the committee. I'm sensitive to your time constraints, and so I'll talk at light speed. The city is approaching the 2nd anniversary of its day reporting center, and it has been a success. When participants recidivate, it is at a remarkably low nuisance level. None have recidivated at a felony level. The class of offenders that this amendment contemplates is low, meaning the sentences that they would receive from the courts tend to be 0 to 12 months in jail. Given the short duration of those sentences, the kinds of people that we're talking about, primarily low-level drug offenders, nuisance offenders, aren't in a facility long enough to receive any sort of corrective or therapeutic services. The cornerstone of a day reporting program is that it addresses the criminogenic factors. So my point is, you get 0 return on your investment for low-level sentences, 0, because they get out fast. At least with DRCs, you avoid the cost of overnight supervision and detention, and the money is directly allocated to addressing the criminogenic factors. It is a validated method that is employed throughout the U.S., and I encourage you to consider it. Any questions?
First of all, sir, thank you very much for your service to the Commonwealth. We're proud of what you do. Appreciate the fact that you come up here and you're very busy.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Yes, just very briefly, Mr. Chairman. Kelly Harris Braxton, Virginia First Cities Coalition, and we strongly support this request. And I just wanted to mention that Commonwealth's attorneys and judges have all said that they would support these as alternatives to incarceration. So we hope that you will consider this very strongly.
Thank you, Delegate McQueen. Do you have any more you'd like to share with us?
No, sir, other than we hope that the committee would strongly consider this